Welcome back to the Mountain of Enlightenment. Today I want to talk about the turning of the age, which we are now experiencing. A lot of people are black-pilled out there, meaning they see the sickness in our society. They see the corruption in leadership, the agendas high up, in corporations and institutions and governments that are playing out. And it seems like, society is collapsing. Great turbulence is coming. Like, we all feel it. We're on the precipice of something enormous, right? And there's an ancient saying that goes, as above, so below, as below, so above. What's happening in the material world, this acceleration to this crescendo point, is also happening on the spiritual world, okay? There's great forces of dark and light at play here. And how do we make sense of this all? Most importantly, what do we actually do? What do we do about this, right? How do we weather this storm? And how do we actually create something beautiful through it? Here's my thoughts on this. It's pretty deep, maybe heavy video for some, but I think it's nonetheless important. A lot of people get black-pilled, meaning that they feel very hopeless about the state of our society, about the state of marriage and dating and community and purpose and the sickness and the sedation that we see in the world. And what you're doing is you're looking and you're letting the dark spiritual force win, okay? Right now, there's a great destiny coming onto earth. There's a great destiny calling. It's like a roll call. Who wants to step towards it, okay? The most important thing that we can do right now as individuals is become stronger inside of ourselves, align more with our essence, right? And be pulled forth by that destiny to find our place in that destiny. That's the first step. And the second step is to connect with the most powerful, the most online, the most vital people you know. Okay. In times of turbulence, it is communities that are the most resilient thing. It's not about how big of a pile of money you can stack or building a bunker or gaining political power. It's literally about how strong is your community. That's the most important thing. And how skilled is your community. So let's talk about the individual first here. This world, The Brave New World, is a book by Aldous Huxley, and it's in a future dystopia, and that dystopia is now. And in the Brave New World, there's a drug called Soma, the Soma drug. And it's basically like a sedative that just makes you feel good and not worry about the corruption and how strange and how hollow and how backwards society is. And right now, in the world, we have that Soma drug. And I think this is the reason that there hasn't been a revolt. There hasn't been a gathering of online souls, of men and women going their own way. It's because of this mass sedation that's happening. And this is happening through pornography, through social media, through TikTok and Instagram and entertainment and Netflix. And all the weaponized temptations out here. All the drugs that are so good, all the pharmaceuticals, all the media, also the distraction in the political, partisan, back and forth, red and blue world, all of it. It's just a huge distraction. It's a play put on. Back when Rome was having tough times, what would they do? They'd give the peasants bread and circuses or Colosseum performances, basically food and entertainment just to numb them and make them feel like everything's okay. And this Soma drug, we need to get off of it, okay? And we need to encourage as many people as possible to get off the Soma drug, to get off the distraction in the world. And when you do this, when you start letting go of the world and letting go of things that aren't in alignment with yourself and things that are distracting yourself, it's a difficult time because it's a descent into your essence, right? And it's the shedding of your skin. And this is really the first step. We need to say no to the darkness in the world and cultivate the vitality within our soul, within our body, within our mind, right? We need to cultivate that vitality as much as possible, to become as strong and powerful as possible. And I really believe, for all the men watching this out there, is every day the goal is to increase your power in some way, to train hard, to increase your resources, to increase your social capital, to power up just one more level every single day. And having purity and leveling up in power is how you become, a leader out here, really. And as you're going on this path of purity and power, you're going to get deeper into your essence. So many of my videos are talking about this, getting deeper into your essence, right? And the more you can align with your essence and bring forth your essence, the more you can align or take that roll call of destiny, because destiny is looking for leaders right now. I have no idea how the future is going to unfold, but I do know in times of turbulence, leaders gather other leaders to them, and they create these pockets of resilience that birth the next thing. This is how it works, okay? So in aligning with your essence, there's this great roll call to people who want to speak, to people who want to gain skills like off-grid living, building community, who have a meta-political message like I often do about becoming stronger, about building community, about the problems in our culture. There's some way, there's some gift you have inside that is meant to be brought forth. And if you bring forth what is within you will save you. This is so important. So increasing your vitality and then creating a resilient network. Here's the thing is, Heraclitus, an ancient Greek philosopher, once said that change is the result of strife and necessity. Change is the result of strife and necessity. A lot of people out there, for instance, I know, want self-sovereign and communities and food sovereign communities. They want to grow their own food. They want to hunt their own food. They want to get off of this poisonous stuff that the supermarkets sell. The problem is that's not going to happen until the supermarket shuts down, okay? It's kind of like if you have an addiction, right? It's almost like once the pain is bad enough, then you change. It's the same thing with the world right now. Is once the world gets hard enough, and it's so close, once the world gets lonely enough, right? Things will change rapidly. And this darkness is reaching this crescendo. So many of these average people are really feeling the strife of, the money, the taxes, the polarization in politics, the isolation from community, the weaponized temptations of their phone and all of these things. And they're like, fuck, a lot of people are waking up and a lot of people are changing. So what I want to say here is that people want to wake up. As the darkness increases, as the pain, the strife, and the necessity increase, people are going to look a different direction, okay? And there needs to be leaders standing there showing a different way. There needs to be living symbols of what is possible. The stronger your symbol can be, okay? The symbol of who you are and the symbol of the community that you grow around yourself is, the more people are going to be attracted to that. And the first people to awaken are going to really help you out here. This is how something new is born. And in doing this, there's so much propaganda in the world trying to push people's minds one way or another, and most of it is bad. We need propaganda for the truth, for that values first principles, that values, connection, community, love, strength, power, and wisdom. We need people pushing that message, that meta-political message. And there are quite a few, but my God, if you ever want to be a content creator, this is the time and this is the message to bring, right? So we need to create the living symbol in any way possible, even if that just starts with you and one friend, right? Of living your most vital life, of living, going the way towards connection, towards natural living, but also integrating the technology and the power of this world. We need to become powerful. That's just the bottom line. And we need to create a living symbol. And as things are going to get worse and worse, wars come every couple 180 years. We're due, empires transform every 200 to 300 years, according to Peter Turchin. These cycles in history have been studied. And right now, we are standing on the precipice of every great cycle out there. It's insane. We're also on the precipice of the 2100 to 2500 year cycle, which is the precession of the equinox. And this brings the greatest revolutions in humanity of all time, and especially in this time. We're at this pinnacle of acceleration, of movement, of deprivation, but also light. Like I said, there's a great spiritual war going on, and this crescendo, this pinnacle point is coming. So build strength, vitality, and purity within yourself. Bring that forth into the world and connect with the others you find doing that. Create that living symbol of what could be. Connect to the other online nodes of living symbols. And this is how you start a true revolution, okay? It's not about blood. It's about showing a new way. And there might be some blood involved. I'm sure crazy shit's about to happen. But this is kind of how I'm making sense of the world. Let me know how you are making sense of the world right now. I'm Christian. Thanks for watching. If you want to talk to me one-on-one and join my online men's community for accountability circles, for meeting like-minded brothers, and for creating that power, there's a link in the description below. I'll see you at the next video. Let me know if you want more on this cultural context. I talk a lot more about this over my main channel, Wisdom Warriors. Peace.